In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up a reoccurring task in the RouteStar desktop software. So if you have a task, something that you need to do for a customer, maybe swap filters or swap a unit or do something special every, week, 30 days, 90 days, whatever you want to set it to, you can set up a task, tell it to reoccur, and it will show up in the system every X amount of days based upon what you've set up, and it'll remind you and you can complete the job. So I'm going to show you how this is done. First thing we need to do is create the task. So we go to Task and Work Orders, Task Entry, and then select the customer that this is for. We'll just select the customer from the list here. Now you want to kind of build the task first. So maybe this is to swap filters every 90 days. You can put in more notes in the task specific notes area if needed. You're going to want to set the due date is the first time that you're going to be doing this job. So if you're doing this, let's say today, for example, just leave the due date for today or change it to any other day that you want to first do this job. Because when this is set to reoccur, it's going to reoccur based upon the very first date. Next thing is you're going to assign this to a technician or one of the people that work there. And that's it. Those are the main pieces that we need. Now, once you have what you need in here, you can add line items or equipment or whatever you need. But once you have that, click the Reoccurring Schedule area. So this is actually a little confusing at first. This is actually two different pieces. Your daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly are the options that you have to set up this task to reoccur. You have a lot of different options. You could tell it, the 28th day of every 1 month or every 2 months, or you can tell it, basically, I want to show up on the first, second, third Monday of every 1 month, 2 months. Or you could select weekly and tell it to recur every, 36 weeks on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Or you could do daily. It's my preferred option. It's so much easier. Most people are doing these things every 90 days, every 60 days. I think it's easier just to click daily, every, and tell it, say, I think we set this for every, 30 days? Let's take a look here. I'm going to set that for every 90 days. So we're going to tell this to recur every 90 days. Now down here is the second part. So you also have a yearly option too. But down here is the second piece where you have no end date, end after X amount of occurrences, or end by a certain date. So the second piece of this is to probably most times people have no end date. They're assuming it's going to be a customer forever. So they're never going to have this task end. It's just going to reoccur every 90 days. However, you could select, end after 10 occurrences or 8 occurrences, or you could do an end by, which allows you to pick an actual date that it's no longer going to reoccur after. Most of the time, you're going to do no end date, so that's what I will do today. So once you have this set up, you just click Create Reoccurring Appointment. The system's going to tell you you're about to do this. Are you sure you want to do this? Click Yes on the pop-up, and it will run for a little bit, and then it's going to tell you the reoccurrence post successfully. It means that it's actually created that. So if we go ahead and close out of this task, right now you're only seeing the very next one that's coming up. You'll see the first due date. The first task we created is on 8/30, and then it's going to reoccur in 90 days. Now, if you want to see more, we have this area called Number of Days Out, and you can click in here and change it. Right now it's set to show 90 days into the future. So we're only seeing one task. If we change that to 900 and hit the Enter key, you're going to see it does indeed have future tasks further out. And you can change this number to whatever you want. Most people usually work within a 30-day range, as it's easier to keep track of everything. So from here, your next piece, if you have the mobile devices, you want to click the Sync Mobile Devices button. You can either just click the Sync Tasks button or select tasks from the drop-down and perform a sync. They both do the same thing. Now, let's say you've created this reoccurring task and you have all these tasks here and you really don't want them. Now, we can undo this. So all we have to do here is along the top goes to Tasks and Work Orders, Reoccurring Task List. This is going to list every set of reoccurring tasks that you have for customers. To delete this, you can double-click the number next to the customer that you want. It's going to give you a pop-up. You can update, view the reoccurring task, or delete the reoccurring task schedule. So let's say I've created this by accident. I don't really want it. I'm going to go ahead and delete it. It's going to ask you if you're sure you want to do this. You click yes. It's going to disappear from the list. When you go back here, you are not going to see any future tasks, but we do leave the most recent one for you in case you've deleted it and now you're like, oh, I didn't mean to delete everything. So we leave the most current one on here for you to go ahead and adjust, remove, or do whatever you need to do if you need to reset it up. So that's how you create and delete the recurring tasks in the system. Thanks for watching today's video. Have a great day.